Hello, very good evening to everyone. This is your Morley sir signing in for a beautiful session this time on our food. In the COVID-19 pandemic era, now everyone is concerned about quality food to increase the immunity. You know, immunity protects us. It prevents the occurrence of diseases. It fights against the pathogenic effect in our body. It builds a very strong body. Hence, we need to take wonderful care of our health by taking timely diet, which comprises of every element that is needed by the body from time to time. Let us discuss the role of vitamins in procurement of proper health, in maintenance of proper health in our body. So, as we know from the earlier videos about the food that we had discussed, vitamins are said to be the micronutrients. It's a very interesting story about vitamins. Some ages before, that is long ago, people used to take food as a simple requirement for sustenance of life in the body. However, certain conditions have led them to probe into the elements of food, and this has resulted in the discovery of these wonderful elements present in the food. In China, some of the sailors noticed that when they were on board over the sea, they found that they were having profound health. They were robust in their health. However, on their return, they observed that they lacked some element in their health, and this has led to the probing of the factors. Which element is present in the food that gives them proper health, and which element, when absent, is causing some diseases. People behaved differently on board and off the boat. So when some sailors who were confined to the sea for capturing the fish, they were maintaining proper health. And some sailors who returned to the shore, they suffered with some illness. And in this context, major scientists all over the world focused their attention on the elements of food. And this has resulted in the discovery of these vitamins. In 1912, the Golan Hopkins and Casimir Funk, these two eminent scientists, these two people, scientists, they have pioneered the study of vitamins. And in fact, Casimir Funk, he coined the term vitamin. Why, you know? It was first considered to be a mineral, a vital mineral, or vital amine later on. However, on discovering that this is not either mineral or some amine, that is protein, it was named as vitamin. Now, in this context, let us examine some aspects with regards to the vitamins, their occurrence, and the deficiency diseases that are caused due to lack of these vitamins in our regular diet. Now, let us talk about the vitamins classification. Vitamins are broadly classified into two divisions. There are water-soluble vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins. Water-soluble vitamins, as the name suggests, based on solubility, the vitamins have been classified. And this classification gives a clear idea about the solubility and the functioning of the vitamin in our body also. Now, the water-soluble vitamins, even when taken in large quantities, they doesn't have any bad impact on our body, as the excess amounts of these vitamins are sent out in the form of urine. So through urine, the excess amounts of these vitamins are sent out. These are eliminated. So there is nothing that is going to harm us even when these are taken in large quantities. Actually, these are micronutrients that are to be taken in very smaller quantities, but essentially into the body through the diet for maintenance of proper health. Now, let us examine what are these water-soluble vitamins. Water-soluble vitamins are vitamin B complex and vitamin C, which is otherwise called as ascorbic acid. Now, let us talk about B complex vitamins. B complex vitamins may be easily remembered for the sake of our examinations purpose as TRNP FCPB. This is the beautiful way of remembering the B complex vitamins. TRNP FCPB, and the first letter T stands for B1 vitamin, the thiamine. The thiamine vitamin. Thiamine is a very useful vitamin which is called as B1 vitamin in B complex. This is present in all green leafy vegetables as well as the sprouting seeds, that is the germinating seeds. So the seed sprouts. Mostly these are present in the pulses and the vegetables in large quantities. This thiamine helps in giving energy. It energizes. Naturally, when it is lacking in our food, we suffer with a disease called as beriberi. The symptoms are cardiovascular fatigue, it is restlessness, and at times short-term memory loss. So these two are the major drawbacks when we talk about the deficiency of B1, that is thiamine vitamin. Now secondly, riboflavin. This riboflavin vitamin is called as B2 vitamin. This is an essential vitamin which results in the maintenance of proper vision also, apart from another vitamin that we are going to discuss under fat soluble vitamins, that is vitamin A. So vitamin B, this is responsible for maintenance of the water in our eyes that lubricates the eyeball, facilitating easy movement of the eyeball, and the maintenance of health of the skin. It largely depends on the intake of B2 vitamin. And another one, the important aspect here with regards to the lack of this vitamin in our diet is, in rural areas we come across small kids with cracked corners on the lips. This lip corners, the corners of the lips, there appears some sort of cracks, and this is whitish in color, and this is due to the deficiency of vitamin B2, that is riboflavin. This can be substituted by taking small tablets. Then the third one, B3 vitamin. B3 vitamin refers to niacin or niacinamide. This niacinamide or niacin is very useful in maintenance of vigorous, jubilant mood in our body, in our mind. Here, psychosomatic health, that is the psychic health, the health of the mind as well as the body. These two are dependent on the intake of this niacin or niacinamide. It causes depression when it is lacking in our food. And again, allied dysfunctions such as the digestive problems and fatigue results when this niacin or niacinamide lacks in our diet. This is the B3 vitamins importance. Then B5, that is the pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid. This is also present in the sprouting seeds. I beg your pardon, I would like to remind you that each and every B complex vitamin is present in sprouting seeds as well as pulses and leafy vegetables in abundance. In fresh vegetables, almost all the B complex vitamins are present. Now, in pantothenic acid, this pantothenic acid, it maintains proper health in the musculature or the muscles of the body. In conditions of lack of this pantothenic acid, the person suffers with insomnia, that is sleeplessness. So it's a big problem that leads to many other complications in our body. And this is going to be a very, very important vitamin in the present day scenario and the days to come in the next generation, because people are, they are forced to wake up for a lot of time, losing their sleep. This insomnia, even when this is caused due to lack of this vitamin called as pantothenic acid, and even it causes the upper respiratory disorders. There will be nasal congestion as well as lot of problem in inhaling when this pantothenic acid lacks in our diet. So it is very important in the present scenario of COVID-19 that pantothenic acid has to be substituted in our diet essentially and inevitably. Then B9, the folic acid. The folic acid, as you know pretty well, most of us are concerned with beauty conscious. This body health along with the appearance. This is a major aspect where we wish to present ourselves. This folic acid, it regulates the protein synthesis as well as the other metabolic activities that are carried out in our body. Naturally, this folic acid maintains the total equilibrium of all the metabolism in our body in tune with the nervous system. And hence, we say this folic acid is responsible for the total metabolism apart from other vitamins. So, folic acid, this is present in brinjals, the potatoes, the bananas, that is fruits, fresh fruits, and many other food items that we regularly take. And then it is richly present in the liver, the meat, the red meat. So folic acid is of prime importance. Coming to the point of B12, that is cyanocobalamin or simply cobalamin. Cyanocobalamin. Cyanocobalamin or cobalamin is a wonderful vitamin that maintains the osmoregulation, the content of water levels in our cell. And in conditions of the lack of this vitamin, it results in constipation and megaloblastic anemia, that is very, very dangerous anemia. The red blood corpuscles are killed mercilessly in the lack of this vitamin called as cobalamin. And even neuronic problems are said to be the most important deficiency symptoms for this lack of cobalamin or cyanocobalamin. The neuronic disorders appear in conditions of lack of cobalamin. Then the pyridoxin. Cobalamin is referred to as B12 vitamin and pyridoxin as B6 vitamin. This results in, that is pyridoxin. The name itself, pyr means fire. In conditions of lack of this vitamin in our diet, we suffer with burning sensation all over the body, mostly in the feet. Wherever we touch, there is irritability. A little bit of burning sensation on touch. And in good olden days, our mothers and their mothers, our great-grandmothers, they used to advise us to go in for a very, very easy task of maintaining this vitamin in our body through diet, as well as some practices of rubbing the castor oil over the body before taking bath, especially the head bath. This castor oil is rich in the pyridoxin. It reduces the burning sensation by supplementing the vitamin into the body. Now, pyridoxin, pyr means fire, pyridoxin results in the sensation of burning feet. And then the B7 vitamin, the biotin. This is present in meat, the liver, and other non-vegetarian elements in the diet, items in the diet. Now this is said to be the B7 vitamin. It results in that is, the lack of this vitamin results in the appearance of these symptoms like brittleness of nails. And then the most important one is skin rashes all over the body, and psychologically that is a neuronic problem of the tendency of committing a suicide. And hence this is called as anti-suicidal vitamin. So it gives energy, it gives a positive energy, it gives a hope of life. See how important is this biotin in our life. If we lack this element, we lose hope in the life. And hence it is advised that all these micronutrients, that is a B complex vitamins, are present in our diet, essentially in everyday diet, in everyday food. Now let us talk about vitamin C. Vitamin C is called as ascorbic acid. This is richly present in lime, lemon and citrus fruits. This is responsible for absorption of or energizing the red blood corpuscles for absorption of respiratory gases such as the oxygen and carbon dioxide. Mostly the intake of oxygen, the absorbability, the capacity to absorb oxygen in rich quantities is facilitated by this ascorbic acid. When ascorbic acid or the vitamin C is lacking in our diet, we suffer with a disease called as scurvy, and this leads to some skin diseases as well as fatigue, and even at times we have seen that in the history of the world some eminent persons even died of scurvy. So it could prove fatal in long-term deficiency in our diet. Because of the lack of this vitamin, most eminent people, such as, to name some, it would not be appropriate to name one or two persons since we are not authorized to use their name in this video. However, some eminent mathematicians from India and some other great people who had contributed a lot for this world's science through their inventions or maybe discoveries, they have lost their lives because of taking the food without these vitamins for a longer period of time due to some constraints. Then let us talk about the fat-soluble vitamins. Until now, the B complex and C vitamins, which are classified under the water-soluble vitamins, have been discussed. Now let us move on to the fat-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins are A, D, E and K. Vitamin A is also called as retinol. The name indicates it is something related to the eyesight. Yes, of course. Apart from the other one, what I said, the B2 vitamin called as riboflavin, vitamin A. Here, the B2 vitamin, riboflavin, maintains the water in the eyes by lubrication. In conditions of lack of this, it results in xerophthalmia. Here also, vitamin A, that is the retinol, this maintains the proper vision. In conditions of lack of this vitamin, which is present richly in the green leafy vegetables and carotenoids, such as the vegetables like carrot, beetroot and other colored pigmented, that is red colored pigments, we find even in tomatoes, we find large quantities of vitamin A. And this retinol is responsible for the maintenance of proper vision. Naturally, when this is lacking in our diet, we suffer with color blindness, night blindness, that leads to total blindness in the days to come. So it is very essential to maintain proper eyesight, and we need to take vitamin A. Then vitamin D, this is called as calciferol. This is synthesized in our body from the cholesterol. In the presence of sunlight, the pigment called as melanin present in our skin, it produces, it generates the vitamin D called as calciferol by making use of the sunlight. This is a very wonderful process that occurs in the physiological activity of the cell. And in conditions of lack of calciferol, we suffer with a disease called as rickets. Rickets. Here retinol, the lack of retinol leads to blindness, and lack of calciferol, that is vitamin D, results in rickets, that is the bow legs and bent legs, the deformities in the children. This is caused due to lack of vitamin D. Rickets is a very dangerous disease that causes permanent disorder in the formation of the bone. The osteocyte cells are affected very much, leading to the deformities in the body structure. This will lead to a lot of discomfort throughout the life because it is persistent. It cannot be corrected as easily as the other can be corrected. Then the third one is tocopherol, that is vitamin E. This causes fertility. This is present in meat, vegetables and the pulses. Here, lack of tocopherol in our diet leads to infertility, means the production of sperm is hampered. The ovulation process is severely impaired in conditions of lack of tocopherol, that is vitamin E. This results in lack of fertility in the body. So physiologically, this plays a major role. As you know that the basic feature of life is, the three basic features are the response, the growth, and of course, the prime important feature of all the living things is reproduction. And this is hampered in conditions of lack of tocopherol. And finally, we come to the point of vitamin K, that is phylloquinone. Phylloquinone, it is concerned with the coagulance of blood. So when there is an injury over the body, naturally we see the blood coming out, the blood oozing out from the wound or the injured part. And vitamin K, that is phylloquinone, it promotes the coagulation of the blood. So it prevents the loss of blood from the wounds by activating the fibrinogen to form the blood over the wounded part or the injured part. Even this helps in the process of maintenance of prevention of blood clots inside the body while it is flowing in the blood vessels. So it's a beautiful vitamin that promotes the blood circulation inside the body. And here, after listening to this wonderful session about the vitamins, I am sure that all of you are aware of the importance of vitamins, and I wish everyone would take all these essential micronutrients in your diet regularly and maintain proper health to counter the threat from the COVID-19 as well as to maintain robust health in day-to-day life. And this is your Master Mowgli sir signing off for today. Let's meet with wonderful videos next. Thank you very much.